lack of a better term, pro-life and pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Basically. So I wanted to talk about procreation because a lot of people, pro-choice is a woman's choice to do whatever she wants to do with her body, whether she wants to keep the child or get rid of it. And pro-life means, no matter what, you keep the child. So that was voted on in this last election. And I wanted to talk about it because, yes, that's something that is voted on. And personally, just, for full transparency, I am pro-choice. I believe a woman should have, to a certain extent, the right to choose what she wants to do with her body. With that said, in the past, women have had that right to choose what they want to do with their body. And that leads to a lot of unnecessary procreation. Now, the definition of procreation is the sexual activity and of conceiving and bearing offspring. And the reason I want to talk about this is because there's a lot of you motherfuckers out here having kids that should not be having fucking kids. There's a lot of you motherfuckers out here that are getting pregnant by niggas who have multiple kids who don't take care of those fucking kids. And yet you're still choosing, because you're pro-choice, to have the kid. This shit's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. And I want to talk about this because I feel like to again, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion. This is just, the thoughts that go through my head. It's no reason for, y'all in there, y'all doing the thing, y'all doing the nasty, accidents happen. There's no reason that you should have to live with an accident like that for the rest of your life if the two of you aren't ready for that.
This brings me to a good conversation, a good question. I don't know if you know who Kevin Samuels is.
Not off the top of my head. No.
So Kevin Samuels he passed away or whatever, but he was
the brother with the glasses that you on there. Oh yeah, he be flaming bitches.
He was talking crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I do know son.
So there was it's funny that you asked that, so I'm asking this question in reverse. One, I believe I'm pro-choice as well too. I think a woman should be able to do what she wants to do with her body. However, you said something interesting stating that accidents happen. You shouldn't have to live with a baby that you didn't necessarily plan to make, right?
Right.
Is that what you said?
Right.
So, I agree. I think 85% sexual encounters, you or the female don't go into that situation expecting to have a baby. Mm-hmm. You're going into that for recreational sex purposes.
And that we're going to get into the other side of pro-choice, but I'm going to let you finish.
So let me ask you this question, because I think we're going in the same direction. Mm-hmm. Kevin Samuels posed this question at one point. He asked, one, he feels that he felt the legal system leans towards women's choices more than men's choices. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, just kind of discarding the fact that it took two of us to tango, right?
Right.
And once she becomes pregnant, the man has no say-so in whether she chooses to keep that child or not, even if both of them went into that encounter without the intent of having a child.
Absolutely.
Right? So he called it this, for lack of a better term, a male abortion. So the concept he came up with was, if me and you went into a situation where it wasn't our intent to keep the baby and we both knew what the situation was or anything like that, if you choose at that point to keep that baby, me as a father should have the choice to either be in that kid's life financially or not.
Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle said that. If you can abort this motherfucker, I should at least be able to abandon this motherfucker.
Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yes, I do. To a certain extent. I feel like with a situation like that, with children in general, these things need to be moderated and mediated. The same way you got to go to court for a hearing for a paternity test. The same way you got to go to court for child support. The same way you got to go to court for testimony or for custody, You have to sit in front of somebody, a judge, plead your case, and then the judge picks who's more fit to either, have the baby, or they put out the number or the amount of child support you're supposed to pay. Mm-hmm. I feel like when it comes to making those kinds of decisions, that it should not solely be on the woman just because it is her body. Because the same way if the woman is pregnant and there's some sort of medical condition where the doctor tells you it's unsafe, there is somebody telling you that medically you need to get rid of this child. Yeah. So if you can say that a doctor or an expert can come to you and give you some sort of consultation and you take that into consideration, then as the two people who put in work to make this child, as the man, I should have some sort of say so.
Especially if, like I said, and I think that's only if, hear me clearly, I'm not a fan of, me and him are both fathers and active fathers. Don't get that shit twisted.
My baby was playing to a fucking T.
Now, I can't say that mine was, but I definitely, once it was there, we took care of business. So don't misconstrue our words with saying we believe in being a deadbeater. It's okay to leave things out here that you have created in the world by yourself. However, I just think that I agree. I believe the legal system does sometimes lean more so in their favor, and then it takes the complete control out of our hands at the end of the day. Sometimes you have men and women who completely know the situation. You've had women who've kept babies out of spite. You know what I mean?
I think that
knowing things that was going on, and it's not that child's fault in no way, shape, or form, obviously. And if that child is on the earth, I do believe the male should take care of it. However, for it to only be a one-sided choice.
That's like somebody coming to your house, dropping a kid off, saying, "Here, take this," and you don't have no say so in it, and you got to deal with that for the rest of your life.
It's not that, because you do know here's what I'm saying. I can't take it away from us, because every time and here's the problem. It's not that it's like that, because every time you have sex, you know the risk that you take in the possibly have a kid.
You know the risk of getting out of bed in the morning.
Facts.
That don't change the fact that the choice is still taken from the man.
I agree with you. I think we're in the same. I agree with you.
And not even just the choice being taken away from the man. If we're doing this, we say we want to have sex. Me and this female want to have sex. I say I don't want kids. She says she don't want kids. And then she ends up getting pregnant on accident and decides to change her mind. That should not automatically mean I have to change mine.
Exactly.
And that's what it means, essentially, is once she gets pregnant, I no longer have a say.